course, I am here with the roving Anakin Murphy. This man, I feel like, is probably like the busiest man in the world right now. Like, you are blowing the fuck up, man. Like, that's got to feel really crazy considering like how you got in the business.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, things are like insanely busy, like almost all the time now.
Oh, dude, yeah. Another guy that I feel is very similar to you is Jameson Shook, who I talked to, and he was same thing. Like,
Yeah,
dude, I'm here, I'm there. I'm like going from like Jersey to fucking, the middle of nowhere in Tennessee and shit. So very, very cool. Right off the bat, I just wanted to get into how you landed on Helena as your theme, and maybe other themes that you've ever had, if you've ever had any others.
yeah. I had one other. So I first came out to "Note to Self" by From First to Last, and like I liked it. I really liked the song. But one day I was just listening to like Helena. It just like popped up like in my like songs, and I just like rewound it and like whenever I tell people, because I used to like train people for a time, I would tell them like for entrance songs, like envision your entrance in your head, like when you come out, when you pose on the apron, so on and so forth. And when I did that with Helena, it was like perfect. So I changed. I came out to Note to Self for like some months, and then I switched to Helena, and I've never changed it.
I mean, also great deep cut with the from first to last right there. I definitely, being a 37-year-old man, I know me some from first to last. Really appreciate that. Yeah, Elena is like the perfect entrance song.
Yeah,
It gives you so many times to pose. It gives you so many times to sort of like do the thing. Like, there's such a fucking science to an entrance. I feel like that people don't really think about. Like, at least I would think about because I'm insane. But you got to have that certain tempo and shit. I feel like
I
it's either
agree.
got to be like the Helena, right? Or it's got to be like the classic mankind, like, piano. Like, it can't
Yeah,
be anything else, I feel like.
yeah, I agree with that. And just like a lot of people, especially on the indies, like nowadays, I feel like have like really solid entrance themes. Um, I think there was a time where it was kind of lost, but kind of
Yeah.
coming back, which is cool.
Yeah, like we're finally getting away from the generic, like, what I would call fast food metal riff shit that everyone was doing forever. Yeah, so I always tell people when I do these, like, I don't have a problem with people that do interviews and they do the cookie cutter, like, how'd you get in the business? I get it, right? I don't want to be that person. I feel like everyone can go find how you got in and all that shit. So I try to like mix it up and talk about things that maybe you want to talk about and try to
Yeah,
make this a conversation. So uh especially a situation like you're very much like Jaden Newman. You didn't have the greatest start in the
no,
world, right? But it feels like you found a home at 01. How
yeah,
cool is 01? I see so many people coming out of there.
yeah. I feel like that place is like the only place that has like saw me from like my second match to like now. Um, I would consider them one, but also like uh, St. Louis Anarchy is like a big place that I have kind of like grown as well as a person and a wrestler. But yeah, no, my start wasn't great, and it kind of was really hard to like get on the scene initially. But 01 was like, I think, uh, formidable in like how they. Um, hold on, I gotta. There we go. I think 01 was like formidable in how like they helped me grow into the person that I am, and they like just were the first people to like gave me a chance.
Yeah, I mean, again, I do the thing that everyone does. You find out about somebody and you jump on the cage match, right? Which is not
Right.
100%. It's never going to be, but it is a great little like snapshot of like how you sort of came up. And zero one's like right there in your development, and working people like Victor Analog and like Mad Dog, who I didn't even know was a zero one person at all.
Yeah,
And it's wild to think about a 0-1 out of the Midwest, like fucking, forging killers, but here we are, right?
right.
So from there, I love this little footnote. And anytime I can talk about some IWA Mid South, I'm gonna. You did I guess a tryout show. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. Uh, I mean, I did with Mid South was definitely whenever I came in, definitely wasn't what it used to be. It was just kind of another Jeffersonville, Indiana fed. Um, so I don't. A lot of people, like some people, ask me about it. I don't have much stories other than Ian Rotten did not like me at all because he thought I was too small. Uh, so go figure. Um, but whatever. He probably would like me way more now that I do death matches. Then he'd probably be like, "Oh, you're gonna win Prince of the Death." But I don't really
Yeah,
have much like stories about IWA Mid South or like really good things to say. I think the tryout.
right.
I think the tryout shows are a silly thing to do. I feel like people who do tryout shows, unless it's like, I feel like tryout shows are for Ian. It was a good way to get money. But if people were to do tryout shows, it would have to be like for a good and healthy reason, and not, well, let's just get money out of these people and they can come work IWA Mid South. It doesn't like
No,
compute
yeah,
anymore.
yeah. He's the reason that we have this like ridiculous like hot dog handshakes sort of thing around the indies.
Yeah,
Like that.
I,
That's
I
just
I feel like IWA is like great for like to go look back on like the history of wrestling, but
yeah,
it's for
tough
me it
in.
was not good.
Or yeah, no, you came in at the worst time ever for any of that shit. And plus, you didn't really need to do that. And not even like you're better than, but like literally they fell so far that like you
Yeah,
at that point, you didn't need all that.
it was also very like early in my career. I was wearing tights. Like I didn't wear shorts at all until like a year or two into wrestling. So like, did I need it? Probably not. But did it like help me? Yeah, because I feel like a lot of wrestlers got to how like they got to wrestle as much as possible. Especially like if you're 1 to 3 years in, you have to wrestle like as much as you can because that's how you get better. And then wrestling people who are better than you is how you get better.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think, we mentioned it, it's going to be very heavy on the anarchy talk because I feel like you have become really that next generation of anarchy people,
Yeah.
And what I love about it, and by the way, I am a patriot, just full disclosure,
Oh yeah.
huge into anarchy. It's one of those things where like I found anarchy and I was like, I have to fucking consume everything about anarchy today. And I did.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I love about it, and Matt Jackson specifically, is the idea of the seminar. Like you don't just come and fucking set up and you get nothing, right? Like I can't
Right.
pay everybody. And he even tried that too, which is like, damn, like the dude really does try to include everybody and get people to get better. And like, I
Yeah.
feel like you step into anarchy. I actually talked about this with somebody recently, and they were like, "You're right. I feel like you just step into the locker room in anarchy, and you get like 6 months of ring time experience right away. Like,
No. Yeah. I
it's
100%
crazy."
agree. I feel like Anarchy, like Matt and Evan and Dingo and Gary are like four of the smartest people in St. Louis. 100%. Like Matt is like the smartest person in St. Louis, and no one really knows it because they kind of just he's kind of like in the shadows, and people don't really know much of his wrestling time. But like he is ridiculously knowledgeable about like building people up and booking, and he's somebody who I consider a close friend. Maybe that's why I get everything handed to me in Anarchy. But uh, no, I think Matt is like very like he wants to help the next generation of wrestlers, and he wants to like help build people. Like I guess I would include myself in there, but there's also like Tommy Davis and Ashton Alexander, um, somewhat Noah Clover now, um,
Hmm.
Victor Analog. Like even like when Mad Dog was doing like his gimmick at first, like Anarchy was the one that gave him that Manders match like at first. So
Yeah.
I feel like Anarchy does not get as much credit as it does, but it will whenever it closes and everybody misses it.
100%. It's one of those things that's going to be, people forget that PWG is very much that way. Like, there were those of us like early on online talking about it, but man, I can tell you, like in 2005 and six, no one gave a fuck about PWG. So, like, this
Right?
revisionist history is crazy. And like, Anarchy's a great example of that. Cause also, and you would know better than me, I feel like Anarchy is like the wrestlers company. Like, I feel like, the wrestlers are like, man, I got to get in on the Anarchy thing. Like, what's
Yeah,
it like? Like, whatever.
yeah,
Like, straight up, Jaden Newman told me, like, that was one of my bucket list places to go because of Wrestling Road Diaries with Cole Cabana. But he also said it was because, they showed Matt and they showed Evan and like how professional they run things and how it's copacetic, man. If you put in the work, like, it's a good environment. And I think
yeah.
that's important for young talent.
No, I agree 100%.
And I mean, especially in the area that you're in, there's a lot of, I feel like the Midwest is really bad about a lot of kind of just like people that'll take your money and fuck you over. Like there's a,
Yeah. So like in some cases, yeah, I would
yeah,
say.
it just in general of like, there's this idea of the Midwest scene and like how it's this thing and it is, right? Like it is. And there's people like yourself and the people that we've mentioned that are holding it down, and no one's holding it down more than Gary J. Been doing it for decades now. But um it's also like interesting to see how like when you guys go elsewhere, how you just immediately thrive. And I think it's just like getting out of a stifling area, like
Mhm.
especially with you. I feel like the second you hit the road, it was like, oh dude, this guy's an already ready-made thing. Like we don't have to tinker with this.
Right. Yeah, I feel like wrestlers do have to travel like as much as possible, because that's really how I feel like you also just get better just by traveling and experiencing new things. For me, I never wanted to stay in the same spot. I would always come back to it. Like for 0-1, for example, like I'm always going to come back to 0-1, even though like I may not be there as much anymore as I used to be. But like um, I'm going to Jersey right now. Like next week I'll be in Arkansas. Like the week after that I'll be in Ohio and Indiana. Like I feel like traveling really helped me, and then it got more eyes on me where like I wasn't just, oh, he's a St. Louis guy. Like I'm people people think I don't live in St. Louis anymore, but I'm from St. Louis, and people thought I lived in Chattanooga. They thought I lived in Philly. Like I would get those things where people never really knew like where I lived because I would just travel so much, which was a cool feeling.
Good problem to have too, by the way. Like, yeah, I'm a Philly guy. Hit me up. Uh yeah, I think it's so vital for wrestlers. And another thing, when you talk about Matt Jackson, I mean, he says it. He's like, you got to get out of there. Like, you can't just
Yeah,
stay here. Like, I don't want you here if that's all you want to do. Obviously, guys like Jeremy White are a whole different conversation. He's done his time, but so yeah, I would say you were forged in St. Louis Anarchy. You come out of that. Another place I saw you at, and we can just use this opportunity to talk about him because I think he's great, the Danger Invitational show and Josh Crane. Like, I feel like
mm,
I didn't know a lot about him, until very recently, but I really love his stuff. And full disclosure, one of the nicest people I've ever talked to online about this, like
yeah.
super welcoming and stuff. Like, how was that? Because that show looked really cool.
The show was cool. I know I had a lot of issues with the venue, especially like week of, that caused Josh a lot of grief. But Josh is like super sweet, and I feel like in Indiana he's made, but like outside of like Indiana and Ohio, he's like super underappreciated. I feel like his work is really good. Um, so yeah, I have nothing but like good things to say about Josh, and that show was fun.
Yeah, I loved it. And he was very like, like, oh man, next time I'm gonna do it different. And I'm like, but that's what this is about, right? Like,
Yeah,
you're gonna learn. And I mean, that's a killer start. Like you, Gary J, like all these names that he had there is a testament to like his standing in the business. Like people don't do shit like that for people that are scumbags.
right.
So that was neat. I mean, I feel like we'd be remiss not to talk about you winning the Gateway Heritage title. And I'll say straight up, like, I have not been as excited for that match and that finish when that dropped. And I watched the fan cam version. I didn't wait. So like that hits, and I'm like, I didn't know the result. I didn't know anything. I just knew, man, I really like this Anarchy company. I'm gonna check it out. Oh, fan cam. And like, dude, the ups and downs of like Connor comes out,
Yeah,
and then like you just take over. And I feel like that's your coming out party. It's
yeah,
crazy, man.
yeah. Like that whole like night was just super special because obviously that's like if you have that championship, then like you are an Anarchy guy, like through and through. And I do struggle really bad with like wanting to be like this promotions guy, but I need like I feel like I always have to have like some kind of validation to like make me that, or else I'm never gonna think that. And then that was my for Anarchy. I struggle with that with GCW, where even though like I'm wrestling a lot of these dates for this year specifically, uh, and I have even more like coming up. Like I still like I don't think I'm a GCW guy, even though I've been like the biggest tournament tomorrow that he has. I still don't think that I'm like a GCW guy, but that's just I think that's like it's really hard to look at yourself from the outside in. Um, but yeah, like I'm not gonna sidetrack too much, but yeah, winning that title was sick. And then like I was told about it because it was made a plan earlier in that year, whenever they got the Vegas show. Because I got called and then he was like, "All right, here's what we're gonna do," and it didn't like really set in until like one, two, three, and then I had it. And I was like, "Oh shit, this
You
is real."
see it.
Yeah,
Yeah. It comes across like you're cool, you're doing the match, like you're doing your thing, it's great, and then you win and like your face changes. And I'm like, that's
yeah,
fucking pro wrestling, dude. That's awesome.
yeah. It was really cool.
And I mean, it's just the perfect setting, man. And obviously Spalding Hall, I mean, it's one of those like classic venues. I feel like it has that ambiance. Everyone I've talked to that's wrestled there says the same thing. Like, dude, I can't explain why it rules. It actually sucks in terms of like a building, and there's nothing to it, right? But it rules.
I feel like Spalding's a nice building, but there is definitely
Yeah.
buildings that are like awesome. I feel like the Jeffersonville Arena is like awesome, but you go into it and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's a
They
shithole.
have made a lot of renovations though. I will say they have stepped their game up, but I went in there whenever it was not good. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I do think there's like a lot of like I was just talking yesterday, like 0-1 used to run the Bruce Osborne Auditorium in Mattoon, and I consider that like an indie wrestling like venue, and I really like miss wrestling because it was like who has come in and out. Uh, so yeah,
Yeah, dude. And then I mean, I feel like you do your thing, and the Vegas show, by the way, awesome match that you had with Jeremy Wyatt. One that I feel like got slept on a little bit.
I was super sick that whole week.
Wow, I would have never
I
guessed.
was I had a really bad swollen lymph node. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like whenever you get like a fever or whatever, like your lymph nodes swell. But it swelled to the point where like it looked like I had like a growth on my neck. It looked like I had like a Siamese twin. It was so bad. And that whole Vegas week, I was just fucking miserable. I just wanted to leave so bad. I was so sick, and I was so like I went up to GCW Bloodsport, and Brett's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Doing okay." And he looked at me. He's like, "Just okay." Oh, are you gonna be okay? And I'm like, "Gonna have to be. I'm already fucking here." Like, so I was. Fun fact: I was super fucked up that whole week.
God, dude, it's so weird, and you're in the worst fucking place to feel like shit. There's people everywhere. It's hot.
Yeah,
Fuck, dude.
it wasn't too hot, thankfully.
Thank God. You never know in Vegas, man. I got married there, so I know a little bit about fucking Vegas. And dude,
Yeah,
the wind can fucking change in about 5 seconds. So yeah, I mean,
I tried In and Out and I hated it.
really?
I
Oh
am
man.
not a big fan of In and Out at all. My my girlfriend Davina Thorne loves it, but I know I hate it.
I'll be honest, smart woman, dude. Love her now because I'm an in and out guy. My wife's an in and out guy. Well, lady. Uh, what's your deal then? Are you a steak and shake guy? Are you old school with the
Uh,
Midwest or?
so I'm also just a really picky eater, so I don't feel like I have much of an opinion to really like go off of. But I Steak and Shake is sick. I do love Steak
Yeah,
and Shake. I think out of like those chain burger places, I think Steak and Shake's probably my favorite.
dude,
Um,
it's like crack.
Pretty good.
I like that. I
Or
gotta try Cookout.
oh, Cookout. I was just gonna say Cookout is sick. I love Cookout. Whataburger is also sick. I really like that.
Yeah.
Not a big In and Out guy though.
You know, it's different. Like I kind of get it. Like it's an acquired taste. It's they do things a little differently over there on the west, but yeah, GCW, man. I feel like, you've done some stuff, right? But like this like year has been your GCW sort of like come up.
Yeah.
Obviously, you did the main fucking insane now knowing that you did this Vegas stuff. Like just so fucked up. Like by the way, big fan of the Twink Gauntlet, by the way. Like, dude, that shit ruled actually. I was like, what the fuck? And my favorite thing is Pero just standing on the stage the whole time. That had to be a rib. Like that would be so hard to just stand there stoically.
Yeah, I really did like the Twin Gauntlet. I think it was like the highlight wrestling wise of that weekend for me. Just because doing stuff with Pero was really fun, and he was somebody that I feel like him and I is like a really good pairing. And that chair bump I took was like insane, where he gave me like the Razor's Edge out onto like 6 or 8 chairs. I think it was six.
Dude.
Um, so yeah, no, that was sick. GCW has been like whenever I got into wrestling, like I kind of knew that I was never gonna get signed because I'm just small, and I know WWE and kind of AEW doesn't. I mean, I'm guessing that they don't really like that too much. And whenever I started doing death matches, I was like, yeah, it's even not like it's not gonna happen even more. But GCW was always like my goal. Like, if I made it to GCW and did something notable, I could retire the next day and be happy. And like I'm
You
saying that
have.
going into like a huge tournament, I had a main event match against Murdoch and won. Like, um, so I've literally like had my maybe WrestleMania moments like a more of a over exaggeration. Maybe I haven't had like a bigger moment yet. But if I break my neck tonight and well no if I break my neck tomorrow after the tournament and retire, I think I'd be happy. Yeah, because I
That's
got like what I wanted out of wrestling,
yeah.
and now it's just kind of like a fun thing that I can do. I want to be at GCW like for as long as I can and as much as I can. So hopefully I can do that more. But yeah, the GCW has been really really cool this year, and it was cool because I said that I made it a goal. I'm like I'm gonna go to like almost every show up until Mania weekend, and if I don't get on, then it's just not meant to be. And the first show I went to, I got on, and then it's been like that ever since. So it's been really
Yeah.
cool.
I feel like at the end of the day, wrestling is a tough thing to break out in because so many things have to go right. But like for you, it couldn't have been more perfect. Like everyone was
Yeah,
already there. You are not like this added expense for them or whatever. It's like, hey, whatever, like everyone's here, you might as well fucking give me the spot. Like fucking
right.
who else is gonna take the 58 share bump here? I mean, I'm fucking game. I don't know about all these other guys. So it just hit perfect. And I'm just so glad that Brett saw you and went, no, there's shit here, man. This isn't just a
I hope he
one trick.
does. Yeah,
I
I
got a
really,
feeling.
again, it's like outside looking in. I really don't
Yeah.
know.
Sure.
Because like I don't go up to him and be like, hey man, am I doing a good job? I just kind of be like, hey, was that okay for you? And he's like, yeah, great job. And that's kind of like all I get.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been told if he's putting me in these positions, he must see something in me. So like con- convincing myself that is a little harder than it's said. But I do agree with you. I think wrestling's a big like it is a lot more harder mentally than it is physically. It's hard physically, but I feel like mentally it's a lot harder because I feel like wrestling is a giant patience game, and not a lot of people have patience when you need to have patience.
Yeah. I totally agree. And I think you're a testament to that. I mean, I think people don't even realize how long you've been in this game. And,
Right.
a lot of that time was spent like, all right, I'm waiting for that spot. And the importance of that. And man, that John Wayne Murdoch match, just that show in general just felt like a real jolt to things. Like, just to be frank, there was a lot of people talking at the time about, man, GCW, like, what's going on here? Like, whatever that is, that's all preference stuff. But this show, I was like, bro, there's something here for everybody.
Yeah.
That Gateway to Death 3. I mean, first off, it's in your backyard, right? So it's like you feel like I would imagine a feeling of like I gotta fucking deliver here.
Right.
And you did. And very interestingly, I get a feeling from you and Jameson from this show. He had the title match with Tremont, you had the main event with John Wayne. This is like the next gen. You know what I mean? Like it
Mhm.
really did have that feeling. And I don't know Brett, and I don't know what he's thinking, but it kind of feels like that's the positioning here. And obviously, you're in Tournament of Survival,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I wish I knew what was in his head so I could kind of tell myself that I'm just being silly, but
Yeah,
it seems that way because like not just me, but Viperous and Danger and
right.
Teriyaki and like Junie Underwood and Flying Ryan O'Neal, like
Yeah,
those people are really like on the come up there too, especially like Yaki because Yaki is like killing it every time he goes out.
he's awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that kills me, just overall, like in the world, you always hear like all these kids, like, we're fucked. This generation coming up, we're fucked. It's like, I work in a profession where I deal with people all day, every day. And I'll tell you right now, I have a lot more hope for the younger generation than I do these old fogies. These
Mhm.
motherfuckers, like, that's the problem. I think sometimes people have to keep in mind that, like, you're a product of your environment and your time.
Yeah,
So it's like you're going to react to shit the way that you know how. And for you, I really appreciate the grind set, for a lack of another term. I know that's like a fucking dude bro thing, but it is. And it comes across because every time I see you, you're better. Every time I see
I
you, you do
appreciate
something
it.
different.
Hell yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, and Gary J was the one that kind of like instilled that in me. Like I think without him, it'd be a lot different for like me in general.
And Gary J, I mean, I'd be remiss not to talk about him with you. I mean, he's even admitted that, like, yeah, I see myself in Anakin and I want him to succeed because I want him to see that, like, hey, man, there's a spot for us here. And that's
Mm,
important, and it is something that I think people poo poo away, like, oh, the size conversation in wrestling's over. No, it isn't. I hear it a lot to
yeah,
this day.
I get like, and people are gonna. I used to get a lot more mad at it, but I feel like if people don't like smaller wrestlers, and that's okay. It's just a preference thing. So, like I don't get mad at people that don't like death matches because it's just a preference thing. Like I do get mad if you're disrespectful about it. Like if I go on a if I go on like some kind of like site that has like the review of this show and you call me like spaghetti arms, I'm gonna get fucking mad because there's a dipshit who's done that. Um,
Ugh.
but like I feel like it is not as bad as it used to be. I feel like if this was 2004,
Oh,
I'd be getting fucked up.
yeah, man. And it's also refreshing to see someone that is unapologetically them,
Yeah,
because
because
that's the
yeah,
thing.
and it's turned into like because like I'll be honest, like I've wanted to like work out and put on size before, and it's just something that Um, just didn't feel right to me. Um, I don't know if that says something like more about me than not, but it's gotten to the point where people are now like, "Oh yeah, like you need to put on more size," and now people are like, "If you put on more size, it'd be weird. You shouldn't put on more size." Like,
Right?
uh, so I kind of knew it was gonna be like that too, because that's just kind of like how things are sometimes, especially if you like stick to your guns on something. Like whenever I went to like go by Death Wish at first, people were like, "No, that's not a, it's kind of a basic nickname. You shouldn't do that." And now like I feel like people see the name Death Wish in wrestling and just think of me now. Maybe I'm wrong, but
No.
I feel like if you stick to your guns on something, which I've always tried to do, eventually it'll just work out. And then people who said it was a bad idea are going to tell you that they're wrong anyway. Uh, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think that it's very interesting to talk to you before this tournament because I feel like there's going to be Anakin Murphy before and Anakin Murphy after, and I think it's a good thing. I think,
I hope so.
I, dude, I just I'm one of those old heads. I've been watching this shit since '94. One thing that I'm very like sensitive to is like momentum with
Mm,
wrestling. I think that is such an under stated thing, especially from fans. Dude, you've got the momentum right now. It's crazy. I see you everywhere. And you mentioned like you're coming to Arkansas. I'm from there. I'm like pretty good buddies with Ben from over there.
mm,
And when he told me, like, like whenever you guys, full disclosure, he tells me this shit like when it happens. So I gotta sit around all the time and be like, I know fucking Gary J's coming, but I can't say anything about it yet. And then so he's like, dude, you won't believe who I just fucking got for the show. And I was like, who? Like, what? He gets everyone. And he's like, Anakin Murphy. I was like, I fucking lost my mind. I was like, do you even know how good this
hell
guy
yeah.
is? Like, throwing him anarchy links and shit. I'm like, no, you gotta. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm an anarchy fan. Like, I know. And he was there for, I think, Canvas of Dreams. Yeah, he was there for Canvas of Dreams
Oh
too.
yeah, he was.
Yeah. And so, that's fucking cool. And then obviously it's a pride show, so that's even better. You will
Mm,
love Eureka Springs, man. It's
hell yeah.
crazy. Like it looks like where you were at West Virginia, you're like, fuck, dude, this is like mountain people. Like, am I good here? And then you go on the street and it's the gayest town you've ever been in your life. And you're like, damn, this rules. Like, it's
Oh yeah.
fucking awesome, man. Yeah. So it's just a testament to what you're doing, man. You're going anywhere and everywhere. There's always the shindy thing that is always talked about on the Patreon, but like there's an element of like you gotta go out and put feelers out. You never know, man.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, I appreciate it too.
Yeah. So I know you're a busy man there, Anakin. I'm trying to think of anything else that I have. I mean, I feel like it's kind of cut and dry, man. You're on the rise
Yeah,
right now.
I appreciate it. I mean, I hope like I said, it's kind of hard to look from like the outside in, but
Yeah.
maybe like once I get back to, because I live in Chicago now. Like once I get back to
Okay.
Chicago on Monday, whenever on Monday, I'll
Yeah.
probably like be able to like reflect and be like, hopefully, be like, wow, that was really cool. Like I really like showed out or whatever. Going
Yeah.
into like that one weekend with like Tremont Murdoch, I was so like I was telling people like I'm gonna beat Murdoch and get booed. Like I'm gonna be put in this tournament and people are gonna be like, what the fuck, why him? But I was totally wrong. So hopefully, with me like yeah, I'm gonna be like in this tournament. And people are gonna be like, why the fuck's he in it? And then it's gonna be like a bad match on my end. Uh, I'll probably be totally wrong again. So hopefully I'll be wrong, but I guess we'll
God
see.
damn it, Anakin. This is where it's tough because it's like I want to shake you and be like, you're good. Everyone loves you. But then it's also like that almost is what makes you what you are. Like if you had all this super confidence, like I don't know that it would maybe work.
No, I wouldn't. And like, it's not a front. Like I'm not just doing it to like this
No.
is just kind of like I bother Davina all the time where I'm like, are you sure that I'm like doing enough in wrestling or like should I just go to this show instead or doing like whatever. Like I am like this. Sometimes it's a good thing. I think sometimes it's a bad thing. But whatever. There's just I kind of can't help it too much.
The only other thing I have for you is obviously Helena is your song, but
Mhm.
what other 2000s emo bands are you all about?
I love Taking Back Sunday.
Oh my
Uh,
God, bro. Yes.
I do love them. Trying to think of 2000s emo bands. Man, I wish I can like just go. Actually, hey, can you go on my Sunflower playlist? Davina's
Oh
right
my
next to me.
Lord. Oh my
Uh,
Lord. This poor woman. She's like sat here having to listen to this the whole fucking time. I had a feeling,
that's
but
fun. I think it is Attack. I would say Attack is 2000s. Attack
yeah,
is sick. Um,
they rule.
I would say Title Fight. They're kind of like not in the same like genre, but I love Title Fight. Obviously, I'm
Yeah.
huge on My Chemical Romance. Uh, Taking Back
Yeah.
Sunday. Um, I would say I Set My Friends on Fire is 2000s, but they're more so 2010s. I think.
Yeah.
I won't. Yeah, I Set My Friends on Fire is
Big
really
fan.
cool. Um, uh, I have a lot of Midwest emo stuff in here too. I love Joyce Manor.
Fuck yeah.
Love Joyce Manor.
I saw
Um,
you went and saw them and you had a lot of fun, it looked
dude,
like.
I have yeah. Me and my brother went there, and it was sick. Uh, oh, Asking Alexandria is sick. I do really like them.
Yes.
Um, lately, I've been more into Under Oath than not, and Senses Fail. Like those two, I haven't been
Oh,
into like
dude.
too much, but like lately, I've been listening to them a lot. So Senses Fail, especially like uh, Calling All Cards is like a big. I used to love that song, but now it's like sometimes you take
Dude.
songs out and then you listen to it again, and it like revitalizes it. Right now, it's like really. I've listened to it probably like 8 times this week.
Even though
Um,
it's the most fucked up song ever, Buried Alive is probably my favorite.
yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, man. Census
Yeah,
Fail is one of those.
yeah, that's kind of like the overall bands that I really like right now.
Have you seen My Chemical Romance live?
Yeah, I have. It was sick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude. I did too. And I was like, it was them and Evanescence. And I was like, dude, this
Very cool.
2000s teenager self of mine. I'm like, fuck, this is so cool. So, yeah, man, you're the real deal. Anyone that's like, oh, Anakin Murphy, is he really an emo? Motherfucker, he's real emo. He's like the real. I Set My Friends on Fire. Come on, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that's the real deal right there. So yeah, man. This is when I throw it to you to plug. Obviously, the big plug is TOS 11.
Yeah.
Watch on Triller.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess TOS 11 is the big one. I don't know when this will come out. This might be after, but TOS 11 is a huge one. St. Louis Anarchy has Circus Maximus on July 24th. I might be wrong about that, but I'm wrestling Matt Tremont in a death match. With no glass though. No glass. No glass is
No,
allowed in Spalding Hall, but it's
no, it
fine.
is not.
You could still have a death match without glass, despite what people think. And yeah, I mean, I guess if you search up my name on anything but TikTok, I'll pop up. And I'll pop up on TikTok too, but I haven't used that account in 2 years. I tried doing TikTok for like 4 months and hated it, so I deleted it.
Same.
So yeah, that's it.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you so much. I know it feels like this was the most like MacGyver ass fucking thing like ever to just link up. But hey, that's the life of somebody very busy and the life of an idiot like myself. And so until next time, go watch more Anakin Murphy matches. He rules. And be nice to each other. Let's start being nice in the space.
Hell yeah.